might think that getting into the IT field is impossible without a computer science degree, but Tech Coach Ralph is here to prove you wrong. Get ready for some jaw-dropping revelations on how to break into this lucrative industry. Listen up, tech enthusiasts! Are you ready to break through into the IT field, but feel like you need a computer science degree to make it happen? Think again! Tech Coach Ralph has some exclusive, mind-blowing secrets to share with you. Get ready to be blown away by his jaw-dropping revelations on how to break into the tech industry without a computer science degree. So get your notepad ready, because Tech Coach Ralph is going to change your life forever. Buckle up, because you're about to embark on a journey to success in the IT field.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. Today is Wednesday, March 27th, 2024. It is currently 7:23 a.m. Eastern Time. Welcome to the Coffee and Kata Show. Great to have you here. So before we get if you don't know who I am your host of the show and of the channel. I am Tech Coach Ralph, where we are engineered to win. So before we get started, I wanted to acknowledge and recognize the tragic events that happened in Baltimore yesterday with the ship crashing and the bridge collapsing and the people who lost their lives. So very sad events and very tragic. Just things that you would never expect to have happened. So, our minds and our eyes and our thoughts are on that situation. So just wanted to share that before we get started on the show today. All right. So we are going to be reviewing our news stories, and then we're going to be getting into our work. Let me confirm, but I already have, so I already have the emulator started and the app pulled up on the emulator. So we do not have to wait for it today. So we can get straight to work. But before we do that, we are going to jump over into our news for today. And my iPad forgot to charge it yesterday, so going to do a little bit of manual work today. But we're going to jump into our news, and let me see. I can't even get the timer up, so we'll play it by ear. All right, so let's jump over to our news. All right, so let me zoom in a bit. We're good. All right, so the first news article of today: TikTok's U.S. troubles may get worse. TikTok can't catch a break from legal trouble. The Federal Trade Commission has been investigating the video app over its privacy and data security, Political reports, citing anonymous sources. The commission is looking into allegations that TikTok and its Chinese parent ByteDance deceived U.S. users by denying that people in China had access to their data and also violated a children's privacy law, potentially leading to a lawsuit or settlement. The case is unrelated to a recent bill that would force the company to sell its stake within 6 months or face a U.S. ban. Large brands in the industry, such as beauty, skincare, fashion, and health and wellness, rely heavily on TikTok, prompting many to rethink their strategies. As concern mounts over children's social media issues, newly signed legislation in Florida bans accounts for those under 14. So yeah, that's a bill that my governor down here, Ron DeSantis, just recently signed, banning social media accounts for teenagers, children, whatever you want to call them, under 14, unless the parent consents. So that's what's going on there with TikTok. More trouble, and the thing is, right? Because I was talking about this the other day, and there's so many moving pieces to this because like you see these companies over here who heavily rely on TikTok, now they have to figure something else out. And the the platforms are very, very different. So TikTok is different from Instagram, which is different from YouTube. So it is like if you rely on a particular platform and now that's being taken away from you, and you just say, well, just have to go to a different platform. Uh, it's like starting over in many cases. Like if if you've ever, like, I've seen people with YouTube channels, and then they say, okay, I'm going to create a new YouTube channel, and they might have over 100,000 subscribers on their current channel, and now they go to start a new channel, and it takes a very, very long time to build back that subscriber base. So just imagine trying to do that, you know, with a small shop that, like, maybe you have an SD shop or something to that extent. Who knows, right? So it just becomes a lot tougher to switch over. So it's but the data stuff, it's very complicated as well. So it's it's gonna be interesting to see. It's gonna be interesting to see. So I have my guys in the building. We have Operation Tech Takeover, and we have Mitch in the building. What's going on, guys? My iPad battery is charging right now, so it's just turning on. So I might be able to get my stuff working right. But welcome to the show, guys. Happy to have you guys here as always. All right. So how you guys doing this morning, by the way? Tech Takeover, you're on your way to work? Driving? And Mitch, what's good? Mitch, what's good? All right, let's get to our next article for this morning. Tesla pushes self-driving tech. So Tesla's North American employees must now show customers how to install and use the company's full self-driving FSD technology before completing a delivery, decreed CEO Elon Musk in a new email seen by CNBC. And you know what? Honestly, it's this kind of reminds me, like, when you just start working and you're getting all the manuals, all the documents, all the, like, the demos, and it's so overwhelming. So it's going to be interesting to see, like, how much this initial training actually sticks with the customers, because almost no one actually realizes how well supervised FSD actually works. Musk wrote, FSD costs $199 a month and is not the same as Tesla's standard driver assistance program, Autopilot, which comes with all new vehicles. FSD doesn't make cars fully autonomous. Drivers must still pay attention to the road and be ready to steer or brake if needed. All right. Tesla is scrambling to avoid a decline in year-over-year deliveries for the first quarter, CNBC reported. Its shares have dropped about 30% so far in 2024. The company brought what apparently is its first ads on Facebook and Instagram this week. It hasn't even had a Facebook page since 2018. And this is interesting because it was Tesla never really advertised, so now that they are, well, allegedly they are advertising on Facebook and Instagram, which is, it's also funny because remember Elon Musk and Mark Zuckerberg, they were going to have an MMA fight. So that is pretty interesting to see. I must say that is interesting. That if this is true, Tesla is now advertising on Facebook, which I would hope they're also advertising on Twitter, or I should say on X. But we'll see. Anyways, let's jump over to our next story. Let's see if I can get this iPad on. We are. Hold on. What network am I on? Okay, there we go. We are back online with the iPad. All right, so the next story up, chip giant to invest $4 billion in Indiana. Shout out to Indiana and the chip giant for bringing businesses home. Just checking to make sure the soundboard works. All right. So South Korea's SK Hynix, one of NVIDIA's major chip partners and one of the largest global chip makers by revenue, may be heading to Indiana. The company plans to build a $4 billion chip packaging facility in the Midwestern state by 2028, the Wall Street Journal reports, citing more anonymous sources. The factory would create up to 1,000 new jobs and could boost the U.S. efforts to become a semiconductor powerhouse. SK Hynix and NVIDIA currently bundle some of their most powerful chips to achieve the hyper fast processing speeds that generative AI tools like ChatGPT require. Meanwhile, chip giant TSMC says it wants to expand its ranks to 100,000 global employees in the next few years. It currently has 77,000 employees. All right. So shout out to Indiana and South Korea's SK Hynix chip maker. All right. Next up on the docket, we have McDonald's sticks with Krispy Kreme. Shout out to McDonald's. Shout out to Krispy Kremes. McDonald's will be offering Krispy Kreme donuts in all its U.S. locations by the end of 2026, extending its partnership, which begun in 2022. CEO Josh Charlesworth said Krispy Kreme expects to more than double our points of access by 2026, a strategy that has seen the donuts sold in about 6,800 third-party stores already. For McDonald's, long the largest fast food operator in the United States, the deal is part of an aggressive expansion plan announced recently as the company grapples with pushbacks from customers because of higher menu prices. Well, we'll not get into that, but McDonald's began testing Krispy Kreme sales in 9 Louisville locations in 2022. The burger chain has about 13,500 restaurants in the U.S. I thought they would have more, and plans to open 900 new locations across the U.S. by 2027. So, here's the ultimate question. Do you guys know what the ultimate question about this is? Will the sign at McDonald's be flashing hot donuts? Because if they are not flashing hot donuts, then is it even a Krispy Kreme donut if it's not hot? That's my question. If the donut is not hot, if a glazed donut is not hot, flashing hot, is it even a Krispy Kreme donut? So that's going to be an interesting perspective. We'll see what McDonald's does, because if I'm going to have I haven't had a Krispy Kreme donut in, I don't know, over 10 years. But if it's not hot, is it even worth it? Is it even worth it? All right. And let's get into our last article, and then I will check what Disruption, Mitch, and Operation Tech Takeover are doing in the chat. And then we'll get to work. So BlackRock CEO says, rethink retirement. There's a global retirement crisis on the way, says BlackRock CEO Larry Fink in his annual shareholder letter. Fink warns that an aging population is putting pressure on Social Security and other social safety nets, and that the problem will only get worse as people live longer. I apologize that we are not dying fast enough anymore. He argues that Americans must invest more of their assets in capital markets to ensure a stress-free retirement. Now that's true. No other force can lift more people from poverty or improve quality of life quite like capitalism. The number of U.S. retirees hit a post-pandemic record in December with about 2.7 million more than predicted by a Federal Reserve Bank in St. Louis model. Federal Reserve Bank of St. Louis model. The U.S. Labor Department is pushing new rules for the investment advisors who handle retirement funds. So, and Mr. Larry Fink himself wrote a long LinkedIn post that I am not going to read. So that is that story and that's our news. That is our news. Anything else stands out? Let's see. We touched on the donuts, credit card giants to cap some fees. We'll see about that. Canva deal puts Adobe on notice. We read this one. We read that one. Sorry, we spoke about this earlier, but that's very sad about the bridge collapse. TikTok, we read that. Latinos enterprises, Latino entrepreneurs soar. So shout out to the Latinos out there. And will AI headline Apple's next WWDC, the Worldwide Developer Conference? All right. So there we go. All right, let's get back to our full screen and let's see what kind of trouble they are causing in the chat. See, when you put Tech Takeover and Mitch together, it becomes trouble, you know. So Tech Takeover says, of course, you know, I know. I'm like every morning at this time driving to work, and we got the peace and blessings to Mitch. I don't know if he deserves it this morning because he's acting up. And yeah, that is in your neck of the woods. Exactly. That's what I was thinking. I'm like, oh yeah, that's over in Louisville. That's around Tech Takeover. And Mitch says, Ralph thinks he knows my strategy, saying so. Yeah, I'm all in Kentucky today. All right, and hasn't had donuts but drinks energy drinks every day. So what's the difference? Well, the difference is if I eat the donuts, it's going to cause unwanted extra weight, and it's going to make me go to sleep. While the energy drinks, which I have not drank since Friday, and it was a thin can, that they prevent me from eating the donuts and all the bad stuff. But I'm not. I just have my water today, just water. And then I'll have coffee a little bit later. So, all right. No, enough of Mitch. And you know what? Tech Takeover. Mitch threatened me yesterday. He said that he was going to unsubscribe if I ever said again that his favorite player of all time was LeBron James. That was hysterical. He's like, I will unsubscribe if you, which I have not said since. But he said, if you say that, he was like, take it back. He says, and I did take it back because I was like, all right, Mitch, you're right. I will never, ever say that your favorite basketball player of all time, the GOAT, is LeBron James. So I had to take it back. So just letting you know, I did not say it. I just said what I didn't say. So there's a distinction. I watch enough Law and Order, Mitch, to know. All right, let's get to put 20 minutes on the clock, and then we'll get to some coding stuff. And let's go with, where's my timer? 20 minutes. All right, let's do this. So let's switch over. And if you haven't done so already, do me a big favor, like the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell so you can know anytime we go live or drop new content on the channel. All right. So here we are. So we have the calculator loaded. So also what happened on Monday, as soon as we got off the live stream, so this was like this before. It was like this. And when I can run it so you can see. And let's see. All right. So the application is started. So what I'm doing right now, I'm showing what the problem was on Monday when we were trying to get it to work. So if we were to type in we're to type in 100, right? And you see like this stuff, keep going. See, this stuff starts to calculate. But when I would click here, this stuff would reset, but this would not reset, right? And what I discovered was because this right here is not only like the on press element, and it's part of this function or whatever you want to call it. I had to use the method. Oops. had to use the method for clear. And that's like a small distinction because, like, for instance, on here, this is just like we're calling this and we can pass whatever values. But and you see like here this the icon for clear, but because that we are in here, like inside of this onPressed I don't know, function, method, whatever you want to call it, I am passing in this. I have to do it as part of the a method, right? A function. So now if we restart this, I could dock this somewhere. So once it restarts, okay, so should clear out. Why didn't it clear out? Hold on, let me see. Okay, so it cleared out, and now if we do the same thing here, and now when I click clear, it clears the field, and it also resets the numbers, which is exactly what we wanted. So and Tech Takeover says, Mitch, you cannot threaten your brother. We are family and we shouldn't be fighting. Thank you. Thank you. And Mitch also said, and you have to stop aggravating Mitch. You knew what you're doing. It was a honest mistake. Like, I really thought that his favorite player of all time was LeBron James. Like, it was and I apologize. It was my mistake. Now I know that Mitch's favorite player of all time is not LeBron James. So I will never say that Mitch's favorite player of all time is LeBron James. Like, you'll never hear that out of my mouth that that's who his favorite player is. So, just had to. I was unsure. I was unsure. There you go. See, and we're all good now. All right. Anyways, let's continue. So we got this one cleared out, and we need to. If we go here. And now, if we go here, so now we also want to add this clear for this field as well, which should be pretty easy to do because we just did it for the other one. But let's see if we were to put the number 100 hours or 1,000 hours in here. Let's see. So let's add the clear button first, and then we'll figure out if we need to do any more code to it. So we're gonna go to just finding, and then we're gonna have to write our test after, just because we are figuring this out. But a lot of times, what happens is, in development, we'll write a bunch of code, and then we're gonna try to figure out all of our tests. But we're not gonna do that. Like as soon as we're just gonna, although I should be writing the test right before I write the code. I'm going to cheat a little bit, and I'm going to write like the clear code, and then when we come up back next time, then I'll write the test for it. We're not going to be writing like a bunch of different code, and then we're going to do all of our tests, and then we miss things. So we're not going to be following that pattern, but just to make sure that we can see it working. Right. So if we go down over to, we got this one, we got this one. We're going over to activity cost calculator. All right. So let's close some of these things out. And so, all right, so let's take under input decoration, we're going to do suffix icon, icon button. And then all right, so input decorator, suffix icon, icon, icon button. And then we are going to say this is on pressed and this is the icon. And we're going to say icon dot what did we use up here? Icons, okay. Dot clear. What gives icons dot? Oh, okay, gotcha. So we need to do okay. No, what's going on here? All right, let me see what's going on. Could just copy and paste it, right? Let's see. What's different? Const icon icons dot clear. Icons dot clear. Okay, there we go. And now for the on press, we can do. So just for now, we're gonna do this. But we're still going to eventually have to invalid const value. We're gonna have to remove this one. And that's something that we're gonna have to dive deeper into, getting a better understanding of when when it should be a constant and when it shouldn't. But it's okay for now. All right, so here, now if we run this again, it will clear this out. But the question is, when you will it reset this? Which I don't think it will. And we're gonna have to do the same kind of code that we did up here, so that when this is cleared, this activity time cost should also be reset. So let's go to okay, yes. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, that's good enough. And now we scroll down a little bit and we do, so we have our X, so that's good. And we do 10 hours, clear. So this clears, but this part does not clear because we are not handling the, what happened to my timer? There we go. We are not handling, like, passing this part over here to be cleared. And we're also not passing this part over to be cleared as well, because, and it's not that it needs to be cleared, it just needs to reset the value of the activity cost to 0 so that the proper calculations can be made. So we should say on change. So on pressed, we should set the value of this to 0. And then recalculate all of this part. And that's the thing. These are going to have to be like some type of functions, because like having all of this code be managed through every single portion of it is going to be very messy. So if we were to say, so we would want to say the value of this is set to 0 when you clear it. So let's adjust this to pass in value in here. And we're going to say okay, we got that one. And if we say that now this equals to 0, and now we have let's see, take this right here. And so we go. It's not going to be a value in here, but we can say and then lastly, we do the set state again, which this I definitely want as a function, so I can just call this in at some point. I'm gonna have to figure that one out. But that, like, this needs to be a lot cleaner. This is super messy right now. But like I always say, get it to work and then make it better. All right, let's see what happens. Let's see what happens here. My goal is that once this is cleared out, then this should like redo the calculations and set this back to 0. But if there's something in this field, it should still. All right, so let's go here. Let's find out. So 1, 1, 2, 3, 2, 3. All right. So now we go down over here and we say the total amount of hours spent is going to be 10 hours. So it should cost this much. This is how much it's going to cost us in an hourly worth of our right? Our and so the money spent is going to be this much, right? If I clear this, what happens? So, all right, so this is good. This resets to 0. And if I say I spend 5 hours on it, oh, it set it to 0 in here. So it's not clearing it as I want it to be cleared. So if I go here again, okay, so I see what, all right, so that's cool. That's an easy fix.
Lunch break, lunch break.
That's an easy fix. So no big deal. We go here. And then let's say we say additional cost of activity is $2,000. And if I clear this, I would want the 570 to be removed, but I want the 2,000 to stay. Is that going to happen? Yes, that's exactly what we wanted. So this is great. So we are making good progress. We're gonna have a massive refactoring job though, but I don't want this here. So I want to say why why is night I have to go ahead and update Nightbot because it is hating on my people. Leave Tony alone, Nightbot. Leave Tony alone. I don't mind caps. I have no problem with caps. When it becomes a problem, then I'll take caps off. But leave my people alone. All right. Let my people go. All right. Anyway, let's let me see. Let me see. Just gonna do this part and see. I have to save this part because for some reason it wasn't letting me pass this value in here, which is what I wanted to do. But we'll figure that out. Anyways, like my good friend Tony says, and Tony, we miss you in the mornings, Tony. Like, when are you coming back? When are you coming back to the mornings, Tony? Let's go to full screen. We're gonna wrap it up. But we made great progress this morning. We got the clear to work, so now we just have to apply it for the 2 other fields, and then we're going to be doing AI. So I might do that part because I might do that part over the weekend, and then we'll get to writing the test next week because both sides matter, right? Both sides matter. There's good code on both sides, the testing as well as development. So both sides matter. Anyways, anyways, going to wrap it up this morning. Thank you so much for tuning in. I really appreciate everyone for tuning in. I appreciate Mitch and his favorite NBA player of all time, Kobe Bryant. Yes, Kobe Bryant. Shout out to Kobe Bryant. Shout out to Kobe Bryant. Where's my... Oh, yeah. That's what I'm talking. And he got out of his interview and he just came to hang out with his guy. So shout out to Tony. Hopefully, if it's final interview, that should be it. That should be it. So, and wishing you the best on that. Hopefully everything works out. And I hope to see you tomorrow morning, Tony. Hope to see you tomorrow morning. So awesome. And that's before we go. And I'm gonna put the all caps lunch break up there because I don't like Nightbot hating. I'm gonna go and fix that right now because yesterday it hated on I'm Technically Tim and now it's hitting on Tony. I don't play that game. See, I gotta train these bots. And of course, Tech Takeover said, "Rest in peace, Kobe and Gigi." For real, rest in peace, Kobe and Gigi. And yeah, so I'm gonna get out of here. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Looking forward to seeing you tomorrow, Tony. And we're out of here. So on that note, if you haven't done so already, do me a big favor. Like the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell so you can know every time that we go live. And on that note, this is Tech Coach Ralph, and we are out. Have a wonderful day ahead of you.
You might think that getting into the IT field is impossible without a computer science degree, but Tech Coach Ralph is here to prove you wrong. Get ready for some jaw-dropping revelations on how to break into this lucrative industry. Listen up, tech enthusiasts! Are you ready to break through into the IT field, but feel like you need a computer science degree to make it happen? Think again! Tech Coach Ralph has some exclusive, mind-blowing secrets to share with you. Get ready to be blown away by his jaw-dropping revelations on how to break into the tech industry without a computer science degree. So get your notepad ready, because Tech Coach Ralph is going to change your life forever. Buckle up, because you're about to embark on a journey to success in the IT field.